guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below to make sure that you join the family. Today I'm going to give you guys a little bit of makeup therapy. This is my current everyday makeup routine. As you guys saw earlier, I moisturized my lips with the Laneige lip sleeping mask because it keeps my lips hydrated, and I am priming my skin with the Milk Hydro Grip primer. This ensures that my makeup stays on my face all day. I put it all over my eyelids, my brows, the crevices on my face, around my nose, to make sure that all the makeup I put on my face stays, because I put a lot of powder because my skin is hella oily, and that's how I keep my skin staying a little less oily during the day. Now don't mistaken it that I do not want to have oils on my face. I love my oily skin because I just love my skin, even though it's not perfect yet. But I just like to make my face stay longer. That's why I tend to go in with setting powder all over my face. The setting powder that I am using today is from Fenty Beauty, and it's in the shade Honey. And the beauty sponge that I am using is from Real Techniques, and I made it damp. So you guys keep asking me if my sponges are wet or dry. They are damp, guys. They are really damp, and that's how I apply my makeup with beauty sponges. I always make them damp because that's how they work for me. So now I'm pushing a whole lot of powder into my face because that's how I'm going to make my makeup stay. I already said that. I don't want to be talking too much, but I feel like I should. This is the Nars Complete Matte Foundation, and I'm in the shade Macao. I don't know how to pronounce it. You guys should ignore my dog in the background. I don't know why she's barking like a maniac, but yeah, that's the situation right now. I am blending the foundation into my skin with the CVL Beauty foundation brush. This foundation looks like skin, and it's my exact shade match. I recently reviewed this foundation on my channel, so I would go ahead and link it above in the cards. Now I'm going to let you guys watch me blend everything into my skin. Like I told you guys, I didn't cut, I didn't fast forward, I didn't do anything to this video, so you guys are going to see every single technique, every single hack, every single mistake, every single weirdness, everything in this video. You're just going to see it, how I apply my everyday makeup. So enjoy. So now the next step I take in blending is to go over my face with the beauty sponge that I used earlier to blend in the makeup some more, because I do not want to have creases on my face, and I just do this to also take off the excess product off my face. And yeah, so I'm just using the same beauty blender that I use, the Real Techniques sponge. I'm not using the same side that I used to apply the powder. I keep turning the sponge onto different sides because I don't want to go ahead and set my face with the leftover powder on the sponge, even because I've not finished applying all the cream products. So I make sure that I go and blend every single part of my face. I told you guys that I'm not going to be cutting anything out of this video. You guys are going to see me do some really weird things. I don't know if you missed it, but I kind of smiled or made a funny face. So yeah, I'm going ahead to apply my concealer. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. Wow, I almost made a mistake there. I'm using the shade ButterScotch. I'm applying it on the high point of my face and concealing my under eye and mustache area. I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with the same sponge that I was using earlier. I'm using the side where I used to blend out my entire face after using the brush, because I don't want to have any harsh lines on my face. This is an everyday makeup routine and this is going to be as natural as possible, even though I'm going to be applying so much powder. So I'm going to go ahead and blend. As you guys can see, I am going to be blending so much. You guys are going to see. I've said this like 5 times already. I'm so sorry. Let me just get out of the way for you guys to see how I blend. As you guys can see, I take blending very seriously over here. Now I'm just going in with some extra concealer because my face was really puffy and I was on my period and it was like really early in the morning and I just really wanted to film this. So I just needed to go in with some extra concealer. Now I don't do this on an everyday basis. I don't always go in with 2 concealers every day. I use just 1 concealer, but this one I wanted to brighten up my under eyes a little bit. So this was the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer and this was the shade Caramel. I believe it's like a little too light for me, so I use it to just, you know, help me brighten my under eyes sometimes. And I am blending with the same beauty sponge from Real Techniques and it's still damp. So that's how I use my sponges. I use my sponges damp. So I'm just making sure that there's no crease underneath my eyes and by the sides of my nose. I really hate it when people blend and you see that the product has gathered by the side of their nose. I really hate it. So I try as much as I can to blend the side of my nose. Now I'm just blending the area around my mouth because it was beginning to crease a lot. Did you guys see what I just did? I do that a lot to like blend my mustache area because I smile a lot and that place tends to crack on me. So I like to really blend out the products. Now what I'm doing now is just pouring the setting powder and I'm just pushing that into my skin. I'm using the same Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. I am pushing it into my skin. Now this powder is so yellow and is so close to my skin tone. That's why I use it on an everyday basis. If I wanted like a super beat face, I would have used the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is a little bit light and a little full coverage. So yeah, this is an everyday makeup, that's why I'm using this shade. Now I am setting my brow area, my eyelid, and I'm going to go ahead and set my mustache area, the sides of my nose. I basically set my entire face, like I push the powder into my entire face because this setting powder is close to my skin tone and it doesn't leave any flashback, and it's okay for me to use the same setting powder to set my entire face rather than go in with a second all over face powder. I just do this step because honestly I don't want to use too much product. So you guys can see that I am pushing the powder into my skin, and it's going to seep and sit into my skin. Like, as you guys can see, it's like really seamless. I really love this powder. I got it recently on recommendation. I got the sample size, and I think that I'm going to go in and get the big size because I really like this powder. It's slowly beginning to replace my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, even though Sacha Buttercup has a special place in my heart. Now the next step is to go ahead and apply bronzer on an everyday basis. I don't cream contour. I just try as much as I can to use a little less cream products because yeah, I just don't want to do it. So I just go straight into bronzing. I'm using my favorite bronzer from CoverGirl Cosmetics, and this is the full spectrum bronzer in the shade Ebony. I'm just going in with a real what's the name of this brush? I forgot. I think it's from BH Cosmetics. I'm just using that to just sculpt out my face lightly. It's such a beautiful bronzer. It's such a beautiful shade. It's just bringing back a lot of color to my face because I went all over my face with a setting powder, so my face looked a little too, you know, smooth. So I needed to bring some color back. This bronzer is fantastic. It's fantastic. I'm just going over with the Face Aspect brush from Real Techniques just to go ahead and give my sculpting a little oomph because the brush was just not doing it for me. Now I'm going ahead to sculpt out my nose. This is completely unnecessary if you don't want to sculpt your nose. This is a personal choice for me. I do not hate my nose. I love my nose. I just want to just sculpt my nose because I can sculpt my nose. So I'm going ahead to sculpt my nose. I'm using this synthetic brush from Zoeva. I think I've had it for a really long time. So yeah, it's kind of flat and very fluffy, I think. So yeah, it's amazing at blending the nose contour. I'm still using the same bronzer, by the way, the CoverGirl bronzer that I used to bronze my entire face. So now the next step that I am going to take is to go ahead and bake. I told you guys that I use a lot of powder. Yeah, so I'm using the same Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. I'm going ahead to bake my face. I'm just going to put powder all over the oily parts of my face to make sure that that place or those places stay matte, creaseless, a little longer before my natural oils set in and make my face look like a grease ball. So yeah, I'm just pushing the powder wherever I crease, wherever I get oily, and I'm just going to do the reverse contour. Because I didn't cream contour today, I am just using my setting powder to give me a little sculpt, to clean up the bronzer a bit, to make the sculpt a little precise. So yeah, I'm going straight ahead into my brows. I am using the Davis Cosmetics brow pencil in the shade dark brown. Now a lot of you have been asking me how to get this Davis Cosmetics, guys. You can just go ahead and get like a cheap ass beauty supply brown eyebrow pencil. Just make sure that it's dark brown. Also the EVITA Joseph Expert brow liner is also amazing. It dries down matte and they have different shades, guys, and I would link those pencils down below, and I also got a discount code for you guys. I'll also put that down below so you can get some cash off as you order. So yeah, I'm just going ahead to, you know, sculpt out my brows, just following my natural brow shape. I went over the top and the bottom parts of the brows just to make those lines really thick. Now I'm thickening the ends of my brows because I have less hair there, so I just put a little more product there than the front part of my brows. Now I'm going ahead to make some strokes in my brows, yeah, just to mimic the natural brow hairs that I don't have. I'm going ahead to use a spoolie to just blend the product into my brow so it doesn't look chunky or chalky or bulky. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out with a spoolie. I said that already. I'm going in to just give some finishing touches with the same Davis Cosmetics brow pencil. If you are my skin tone or darker, I would advise that you use a dark brown pencil. Like I said, the EVITA Joseph Expert Brow Liners have different shades, from light brown to dark browns to actually really dark brown. So you can go ahead and get those brushes, those pencils. I'm going ahead to just sculpt my brows out with the concealer I used earlier, which is the Too Faced Multi Sculpting Concealer, and I'm using the dual-sided brush from Color Box Cosmetics. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch me sculpt my brows, because at this point in time I've been talking so much and my mouth hurts. Hey guys, it's me again. I'm just popping back in here to let you guys know that I am sculpting the top part of my brows with the foundation that I used all over my face, which was the Nars Complete Matte foundation in the shade Macao. Yeah, so I do this step because I don't want to have a line over my brows, or like a really light line over my brows, the halo brows. That's not my cue, and I don't want you guys going around with halo brows because it's not fine, it's not pretty. And you have to go ahead and blend out the foundation at the top of your brows before they dry down. You need to use a fluffy brush so that you do not go ahead and blend too hard and take off the product off your face or mess up the shape of your brows. So I'm just using a fluffy brush from AOA Studios USA, I think. I don't know the name of the company, but any fluffy brush is fine. Honestly, any fluffy brush would work really fine. Now what I did was to just put the remaining concealer onto my eyelids, just to go ahead and prime them, and I'm blending the concealer under my brows and bringing it down onto my eyelids to just make sure my eyelids are primed, even though we are not going to be applying eyeshadow today because today is a natural everyday beat. So yeah. Now the next step that I'm taking is to put powder. Yes, powder again. I know I'm using so much powder, but just wait till you see the end result. I'm just pushing setting powder into my eyebrows and my eyelids because we applied cream products over there, and my brows are super oily, so I want them to stay intact. So I'm just putting powder into my brows, and this hack works. You should try it and get back to me because it really works. Now I'm just going in with the pencil that I used earlier to just finish up or just fix any mistakes that might have occurred when I was sculpting out my brows. So yeah, to make my brows look very nice. Now I'm just going in with a spoolie to blend my brows to make sure they look as natural as possible. Now I'm just going in with the EVITA Joseph. This was the powder contour brush, I think. I forgot the name of this brush, but like I said, I have a discount code for you guys. This brush is very purposeful. It has so many uses, guys. I'm just dusting off the excess powder off my face. Okay guys, so I lied. I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark just to put everything on my face together, and I'm using the brush from EVITA Joseph X Annette B. This is the all over face brush, powder brush, I believe. I forgot the name, but it's an amazing brush. I would link everything that I use down below. I'm just going over my eyelids with some bronzer that I used earlier, which is the CoverGirl Full Spectrum Bronzer in the shade Ebony, just cause my eyelids were looking super flat and I wanted them to look a little bronzy. So I'm just putting that all over my lids and into my lower lash line. Now I am tight lining my eyes with a brown pencil, the same pencil I use for my eyebrows, and I'm going over onto my lash line with the same brown pencil just to create the illusion of thick eyelashes, because I do not have any eyelashes, and this is a hack that I've had to adopt. The reason why I'm using a brown pencil is because a black pencil will be way too harsh for this soft, natural looking makeup, so this just works for me, guys. Now I'm going ahead to apply blush. The blush that I'm using is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Red Vino. I love this blush for every day because it stays all day and it's just really pretty. Now to put all the powder together on my face, I am setting with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I'm going ahead to apply some mascara from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Push Up Falsies Drama. I believe I messed up the name, but the name is in what I have pronounced. And I'm just applying that mascara all over my eyelashes. I am being generous because I'm not going to be applying falsies. I do not apply falsies every day, guys. I apply falsies when I'm filming or when I'm going out for an occasion, but usually no falsies for me. I just go ahead and use just mascara and then I go my way. Now for my lips, I'm going ahead to line my lips with the NYX lip cream in the shade Berlin, because it's a warm brown color and it's so soft. I love this shade because it's really amazing. Now I'm just going ahead to line my lips again to give it a little oomph with the same Davis Cosmetics I use for my brows and tight lining my eyes. Yeah, this brush has seen better days. Like, I really abuse it. I actually really love this pencil. I said brush earlier. I love this pencil. So I'm just, going over the lip products that I applied earlier just to, give my lips a little contour. Now I'm going ahead to, blend around my lips to make sure that I didn't overline my lips, because I hate overlining my lips. Now the shade I'm putting in the middle is the NYX lip cream in the shade London, I believe. Yeah, and the thing I just did right now with my finger is to prevent the lip product from getting onto my teeth. So yeah, I'm going ahead to apply highlighter, and the highlighter I'm applying is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Gold Deposit. This is my everyday highlighter because it's very subtle. I'm using the EVITA Joseph highlighting brush to apply my highlight, and now I'm going over my brows with some Got To Be glue gel just to make sure that my eyebrows stay intact all day, because my eyebrows are very curly and I don't want them to like curl down and just be eyebrow products just there. I want my brows to just stand up and look like those are my actual brow hairs that are there. Now I'm going over with the second setting spray, which is the Benign Final Seal. I love this stuff. Yeah, so this is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please hit me down below with your questions. I will see you guys in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.